Imagine that you're working your 9 to 5, whether it be flipping burgers or managing stocks, and on your break, a small man would come up to you. He'd ask if you wanted to hear some poetry. And if you accepted, your life would be changed for the rest of it by the words that he would say. Whenever I was first asked to consider public acts and things that were important to me, a person came to mind: the African American poet Bob Kaufman. Bob Kaufman was born in 1925 and actually served in the American Navy during World War II, where he was handicapped whenever a ship went down. After he was discharged, he spent the rest of his life vying for the rights of African American soldiers, and eventually fell in line with the poets of his generation, the Beatniks. The Beatniks were known for transgressing social boundaries and doing anything that they could to unite people of every single social caste against a common enemy. Every plight that they may have faced was found inside of the Beatniks' poetry, and Kaufman was probably the best at signifying this. For he never wrote down any of his poetry, or at least very little of it. Instead, he always opted to go out and speak it verbally in canteens, in bars, taverns, anywhere that he could get his message across. He released very few works, and one of them was the monumental Abominist Manifesto. In it, he details that any abominist or any poet worth their salt should talk to everyone about their ideology. To quote, "Abominist poets, confident that the new literary form footprintism has freed the artists of outmoded restrictions such as the ability to read and write or the desire to communicate, must be prepared to read their works at dental colleges, embalming schools, homes for unwed mothers, homes for wed mothers, insane asylums, USO canteens, kindergartens, and county jails. Abominists never compromise their rejectionary philosophy." And what is important about Kaufman, and what I think that we can all learn, is that you have to hold onto your ideals with vigor. For example, Kaufman would probably be expected to go out and say such poetical lines as, "We were busy shoving mud into men's mouths, who were busy dying on the living grounds, busy earning medals for killing children on deserted street corners, occupying their fathers, raping their mothers. Busy humans." That's a line from the wonderful poem Jazz. Don't listen to it at your own risk. Kaufman would say these lines during a time in which being an African American in and of itself was a transgression. He would go out and say such volatile lines because he knew that he had to. It was required via his position as a poet. So next time you think about holding your tongue in a social scenario because of the social restrictions, I want you to remember Kaufman and to remember to never compromise your rejectionary philosophy. Thank you.